Peace, love and coconut oil family. In this video, we're going to be speaking about elementals. While we know there are 4 basic elements which reverberate within all of nature, we're going to be speaking about the 5th element that you, yes you, the viewer, and myself, we ultimately are. You are the 5th element. Having said that, let's jump right in. Movie from the 90s family called The Fifth Element. Yes, the one in which Chris Tucker acts hilariously as Ruby Rhod, and both him and Bruce Willis, I believe it is, with a monk and his associate, had to come together and put their minds together to stop a imminent threat that was coming upon the Earth. An asteroid was headed towards the Earth. The only way this asteroid could have been stopped, family, was with the combination of 4 stones which represented the 4 elements.
Think mine is broken, huh? Well, I gotta get the broke one.
We're never gonna make it. Corbin! Corbin, it moved!
What'd you do? Show me what you did.
Nothing.
Show me what you did.
Shut up!
Shut up! Shut up! Calm down. Calm down. Just show me what you did. Take me to a step by step.
All right, I was just standing here like this.
Quickly.
Okay, and I put my hands on the top like this, and I said, we're not gonna make it.
And that's it.
What?
Come on, man.
Wind. You said wind blows. Everyone take a stone. Water for water, fire for fire, earth for earth. Go, now.
Earth. Open the other one.
Okay. Corbin, my man. I have no fire. I have no matches. You got any matches? I have no matches. I saw smoke in it. If I knew, Father, you smoke? We need to get some matches. We need some fire. We gonna die.
Don't breathe.
Right? And the 5th element being this woman called Leilu. Together they produce a energy field or some kind of energy beam that was able to neutralize the asteroid. Now we're going to be explaining how the human anatomy, specifically the Melanesian, we are that 5th element family. Okay, so let's just jump straight in. Firstly, if you are number 5, then that means there are 4 before you.
Let our powers combine. Earth, fire,
Wind. Water.
That 4, if you looked at our amulet video, we basically describe how these 4 elements, we're talking air, water, earth and fire, how these 4 elements family basically permeate through everything natural, through the natural world. When I say natural world, I'm speaking about basically constituents of the biological world. Okay, so in that regard, these elements already permeate through everything. So ultimately, since man is at the head of the domains, and when I say domains, I'm referring to the mineral domain, the plant domain, and the animal domain, though science at times likes to classify the Homo sapien as an animal, we know that animals do not have the mind of reason, and that's what basically makes us superior, also having the capability to expand our minds to manifest and create what we think and what we see fit. Okay, that is a huge difference. So basically we are not on the same level. So man in itself, being at the head of the loom, and when I say man, I'm not just speaking about physical man as well, mind you. Man, the ancient man in ancient times actually meant the mind, right? So when they say, oh, you know, a man was created, some man will automatically think that it is masculine. No. First, being created is the feminine. We have to just give it up, okay? But we're going off on a tangent, so let's just get straight back. If you are the fifth element, and we also highlighted the first four, these four already permeate for everything natural. You basically are a constituent of the biological world family. Your anatomy actually crumbles and goes back to the earth. So you being that fifth element also contain the first four family. Now, in medieval science, there was a classical element they referred to as aether or ether, right? Ether basically just means space. Let's just put it at that. Anything which is this non-tangible material which fills the void above the terrestrial sphere. So terrestrial meaning earth, anything above that earth plane, that earth sphere, will actually be that ether. So some will equate ether meaning air or, you know, the atmosphere. Now the atmosphere, as we should know family, has been broken down really into 5 spheres, and is contained within all of these spheres. Now space itself, right, this space space itself is not vacant. Space carries an energy. That is why when you walk into a room, family, you are able to discern, you know, if there are people present in the room. You can pick up the energy in the space, in the atmosphere. You can pick it up straight away, because you yourself are a conductor, you are a receptor of that energy as well. We feel it going. Now, if you're picking up the energy within that space, that means that space itself is charged with whatever energy is there. So the ether or the space has to maintain or hold. It actually contains a specific type of energy. I hope you're with me, family. That energy or that space on a gargantuan level is what we refer to as the dark energy, which is present in the universe, family. It's about 75% of the universe. Fact check me on that. 75% of the universe is that dark space, which basically is that same dark energy. Now, this space or energy is also contained within us melanated individuals as well. It is contained within other individuals from other races, family. But predominantly, it goes down to that God particle, to that melanin. Let me explain. All of our bodies basically are made up of cells. Cells in itself are made up of atoms, okay? When you break down an atom, you will see that obviously it is contained of the nucleus, the proton, and the electron. Now, the electron, being that rapid movement around the nucleus and the proton, creates what basically is what they refer to as electron cloud, right? But within that cloud, family, obviously it is charged with the electron energy as well, which in that case will actually be negative, but not negative of the concept of being something bad, right? But really and truly, apart from it being broken down and into the quarks that scientists have just found out, it's nothing but space. So you see what I'm saying? Now, our skin under a microscope is not actually solid, family. These cells and these atoms are actually spaced out. It is the interaction of these atoms together, what they call atomic bonding, okay, that gives us the perception of physical space or physical matter, family. I hope you're following me, family. So since we now are made up of those atoms and those cells, and the space, the ether I'm speaking about, is actually contained within each particular cell and atom, family. We basically are that very same fifth element. Remember, we are only a fraction of that divine consciousness, which we call the universe, which is that dark energy, that dark matter. So if we are a fragment or a percentage of it, okay, we must also remember that melanin is condensed sunlight. So while we have the electromagnetic spectrum vibrating at different frequencies, which gives us the colors, okay, of the visible light spectrum, we have to remember at the very head, I think it's above 800, you will actually get, family, a melanin particle. And we can still see the effect of the UV rays, that electromagnetic spectrum, when it hits and comes into contact with our melanocyte cells, which are basically still cells within the epidermal layer of our skin. So this tied in to the dark energy, the dark matter, that's why I say this basically represents the melanation. We can see how it reflects and it speaks about us heavily, family, heavily. Also, remember when I said that we are a fragment of the divine consciousness, okay? That fragment can also be referred to as your soul or your spirit. In ancient Kemetic philosophy and understanding, it would be called your Ba, right? Your Ba is an aspect of your soul. Now, that divine energy or your soul, the ancestors would say the heart is the seat of the soul. And this heart, being the seat of the soul, is connected to your brain via the vagus nervous system, predominantly the right hemisphere of your brain, family. So this is why on ancient art reliefs of our ancestors, you will see the heart, right, being weighed against the feather of truth, balance, justice, and righteousness. So your heart will be weighed against the feather, but it's not your literal heart. It is that energy signature, your soul being that aspect of the divine consciousness that you carry, which helps with your individuality, which is basically the divine consciousness experiencing itself through you at that particular moment in time. That is what is being weighed. It is your conscience. So that conscience, that divine energy, also encapsulated within the God particle, okay? Because remember, all of this is still a divine, an extension of the divine consciousness being of the universe, family, okay? And then many ancients will still say that we get our soul from the sun. This is why I tied in, okay? Because there are different levels to melanin as well, you know. I think there are really about 5 types of melanin. But in regards to that electromagnetic spectrum from the sun, at its highest frequency and radiation being a melanin cell, family, we can see how all of this ties into you, the melanation. You see what I'm saying? So we are the 5th element. We already contain the 4 previous elements, family. We have the ability to combine all of these elementals within us and bring about, it don't have to be some asteroid we're stopping, but bring about the change we want to see. Firstly, in our lives, and then in the world. And having said that, family, I hope this video was educational. I hope you embrace it and take time and meditate upon all that was even said. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And having said that, peace, love, and